Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Grade 8 Coding. It is the 28th of July, 2020. We will be looking at collecting treasure with Laurel, puzzle 7 to 14, and this is a revision lesson. So my name is Mr. Paul de Klerk, and I would like to welcome you all here. If you are joining us on the YouTube channel, please head down to the video description box below, where you can find links to join us here in our live classrooms. And if you are a student that has access to an email address, you can register for yourself as a student. If not, try to get a parent or a guardian to assist you. They can register on your behalf to receive the links, right? So when you do get here, just remember that this chat box is there for us to ask questions about the work, for me to share links and things like that. And initially, when we all say hello, I'm fine with that until I ask you to stop. Then I please expect you to do that. And also if somebody tries to communicate with you privately, other than myself or the host, you need to let me know, okay? And if one of us are saying something to you that you know doesn't sound like us, also let us know, just in case somebody's acting to be one of us, right? So for the most part, I think we're good to go. We did review all our settings, so everything seems to be in place. Also, then try to keep your video cameras off. It just makes it a lot more difficult for me to see the content when your cameras are switched off. Okay, so this week would have been revision week, whether we were doing assessments or not. But now we are doing assessments as well, so they actually work quite nicely hand in hand. So I'm not actually going to review the exact puzzles that will be made available to you in the assessment. What I will do, however, is review the concepts that will be available on that informal assessment. So as far as I understand it, tomorrow, that section for the coding will be live on the website. So then you can go and download it there, and it will guide you. This much I do know because I created that one. It will guide you to 5 different puzzles in different lessons. There are links there. It's a Word document. So then you can click on those links to either open them in the browser or copy and paste them so that they are open in the browser, and then you can do those puzzles. Shots and send it to me on email. But if you didn't, starting from the day after tomorrow, so Thursday and Friday, I will be looking at those questions and answers and then guiding you through what the correct answers are, as well as helping you understand what we as educators look for when we are marking texts, okay, or assessments, right? But in the meantime, we're just going to keep on coding like normal tomorrow as well. We'll code on a review lesson tomorrow also, because the way that coding is structured, there's no way I can make you do this during our lesson. Okay. So here is our quote from yesterday: from phones to cars to medicine, technology touches every part of it. Our lives, technology touches every part of our lives. If you can create technology, you can change the world. Right. So just let that sink in a bit. It says that technology touches every part of our lives. And remember what I told you, if ever technology is being created, be it a single device or be it something huge like a smart building, if there is any computational function that needs to happen, somebody who writes program is going to be needed. Right. Okay, so let's carry on. Sequence, the main logical structure of algorithms or programs. So we've seen that before many times. It's when we take multiple statements, we put them together to form a sequence, and that sequence runs sequentially, okay? The next one there says loops. It's actually repeat blocks. And a repeat block or repeat blocks loop a specific sequence and loops a specific sequence a predetermined amount of times. So that means we set how many times it's going to loop. These are the first type of loops. By now we've already had the chance to look at our first set of conditional loops. Okay. Right. So before we go into that one, I clearly forgot now what we're doing. Collecting treasure with Laurel. Right. Before we go into that one, I want to get into that bonus one we had yesterday. Okay. No, it's not this one. I gave you one for homework yesterday, and I can't remember which one it was because I got stuck on it as well. Oh, we did this one. Yes. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to share this with you in the chat. Go away. So who of you have gone and figured this one out after it confused me a bit yesterday? Has anyone gone and given it a try and actually succeeded in completing this one? Right. So here we have our farmer or our harvester. Oh no, in this she's farmer, right? She needs to lower this, fill this up, lower this, fill that up, and fill that up. Now, if we look at the repeats that we have, it becomes a bit of a hassle. So what happened, I realized is I'm going to have to use the while path is ahead. There's no way that I cannot use that. And then we're going to move forward, but then we're going to be over there, which is obviously not ideal. Just run that. So I just use a single move backwards to put me back where I need to be. Okay. So now that we've done that, we realize, okay, we need to turn right as well. So this is now before we even start looking at the solving the issue of the holes and the piles, right? This is now only thinking about how are we going to move from one place to the next. So if we have this while path is ahead loop in here, so we have this while path is ahead, we do this. So obviously when we reach this, the path isn't ahead anymore, it's a dead end, right? So the condition is now false. Remember, this loop will only happen as long as the condition is true. Then we're going to move one back, because the moment this condition becomes false, the code will start to run whatever statement we have next to it, okay? Or after it, I'm lying, not next to it, after, because the code runs sequentially. So it's going to see while path ahead, so, oh, it's true, I'm moving. Then as soon as this is not true anymore, I can't move, now I do whatever's next. So now we're coming back. Then we're going to turn right. But now we need to find a way to go again, but we're out of move blocks. So what we do now is we place this entire thing in a nest that says wild path ahead. And now what's going to happen is each time after she moves back, you'll see there it goes. It's going to find that there is another path there to move with. It ends here because after that last turn right, when this condition checks, it doesn't see a path. So we're good to go. So movement-wise, now we're sorted, okay? Now comes the challenge. We need to have the ability to flatten this and to fill this. So what we're going to do now is, remember, we can't use an if because, first of all, we don't have it, or an if else, because the if will only do one. So we still need, or we need a conditional again. Now you need to understand that this conditional needs to be placed in the right space, right position. So after we move backwards and we're standing on that pile or then on the hole. So the first one is a pile. Let's set that to pile. Then we're going to remove one, and we're not only removing one or filling one, we're going to remove one until this condition is false. So how many ever there would be under that question mark, that's how many we're going to do. And look at that. Okay. I want you to see what's going to happen when I place this there. I wonder if it's going to affect anything. I honestly don't think so, but let's see. Come on. There we go. Okay, it obviously affects the way that she moves. Now she turns before she starts doing her chores. So it just keeps reminding us of the fact that this code runs sequentially. So what we put first will run first, and what you put second will happen second. Okay. Right. I think we are good to go. So let us jump into our review lesson for the day. Collecting treasure with Laurel, puzzle 6 to 11. So what we want to do is this link I'm going to share to you, with you. There you go. Okay. Okay, so this is obviously a puzzle that's been designed to help you with sequencing as well as let you practice loops. So the goal is to get both of these. And it's saying that this block, or these blocks are in the wrong order. So we need to change them around. That's all we need to do, but I do think we can improve on this somehow. So one, two, move forwards, obviously. We've got that. Then we want to turn right. Aha, we have that. Move forward, turn right, move forward, collect, move forward, collect, and there we have it. Okay. So now what I do see though is if I do this, Okay. So now not only have we fixed the code, we've also made it a little bit shorter. It's one block less than it was when we started. So tell me in the chat box, are you happy with this? Do you understand? Are you ready? Can we move on? Okay, I see the yeses coming in. Okay, I'm just going to let it finish. Okay. So we have the same challenge here. These blocks are in the wrong order. We need to fix them. So we have a move forward and a turn right, which I'd rather have a turn left. Then a move forward and a collect. So this one is fine. Then there's a turn left. That doesn't make sense. Move forward would make sense. Move forward, turn right. There we go. Okay. Again, let's see if we can make this shorter. You can only throw away the blue ones. So we're going to have to obviously move this up here and then place this one in that repeat. And there's nothing else that repeats, so we can't really make it any shorter than it is at the moment. Okay. What is going on here? Even if you put these in the right order, there will still be some missing. Use blocks from the toolbox to collect all of the treasure. Okay. Sorry, thank you for reminding me. So let's look at this. Move forward, collect, move forward, collect, move forward, collect. That's done. And that's fine. Then she's turning right, which is also good. Then there's a move forward and a move forward, which is right, and a collect, which is right. Oh, you know what? Supposed to start over. There we go. Okay. So we found a way previously to do it shorter. I forgot that we're doing review lessons. So all of these have been done by us. We just need to start over each time we get there. Let's try again. So move forward, collect is obviously what we need. Another one and another one. So now we have 1, 2, 3 for 3 diamonds. So we can, might as well do it this way. Okay. Now over here we have a move forward and a move forward and a collect. So there's a move forward, and a collect. Now there are two options. Either we turn and turn again and come 2, or we can go to turn once and go 1. Right? So here, obviously, if we're going to turn here, we're going to have a move forward there as well. So my advice is just continue to go move forward 2 times. Then to turn left. And lastly, to collect. And because you cannot repeat this one, just place it there and see what happens. Oh my goodness. That's why it's there. Okay, cool. So we did this in 13 blocks, right? Where we had 16. So the thing that made it was this. This would have looked this way either way. There's no way to sort of change that because that's what they gave us to work with. But this we could do something with and make it a little bit shorter. Keep up the good work. Help me collect all of the treasure. Okay. I want you to type in the chat box for me what you would like me to do. Okay. Okay, so there are two ideas here. One says to use this. Okay, so otherwise, other people say do this. Okay, so this I can live with thus far. It makes sense to do it this way. But this last part, we can only do this. Move forward, collect, and that's it then. Okay. So yes, we have a repeat block and we have move forward and collect times 2 because these two are exactly the same type of problem, so they're going to have exactly the same type of solution. The next one, we just need to move until we're on top of it. And we can obviously do that just by using 2 move forwards. We do not have to use a repeat. I just want to reiterate that. If we take this and place a move forward in there, come on. We set this to 2. It's the same. Okay, But if you take this and place it there, it's also going to be the same. 2 blocks. Okay. If you do it that way, you are going to try and collect on a block where there is nothing, and then you're going to get an error. That space doesn't have enough items for me to collect. That's the thing with these collect blocks. If you don't have them in a conditional, if you place them, they will try to execute. Okay, awesome. Makes sense, right? It's good. Guys, I need you to ask these types of questions and girls so that I can make sure that we touch base on them now, not when you're trying to do your assessment. So we are going to try and get all of the treasure. There's 1, 2, 3 of them. Okay. The assessment is just a Word document with 5 links on them. You take the links, you can either click on them depending, I don't know what format they uploaded it to the website. I sent it to them in a Word format, right? So if it's a Word format, you can just click on the link or control on your keyboard and click, and it'll open in your browser. If it doesn't, you can just copy and paste it into your browser, do the puzzle. There are 5 of them. I would like it if you can take screenshots and mail it to me, but if not, we'll just chat about it in the class the next day. Okay, so let's see, repeat times 3. In the repeat, add 2, move forwards, collect and turn right. Mercedes says move forward, collect, turn right times 3. Okay, so move forward, collect, turn right times 3. Okay, so although that one was easy, I do want to just show you how we get to this. So if I was to solve this problem, my first objective would have been to just solve how do I walk around this from here to there, hitting the gems on the way. So I'd obviously use a move forward and another one, and then a turn right. Then I would see, I'm going to do that again and one more time. That already has me on 10 blocks and I haven't collected everything yet. So I'd rather than opt for a repeat 3 times and run it without the collect, just to see that the movement is fine. Okay. Now I want to determine, where do I put this collect in? Do I put the collect before the turn or after the turn? Oh, it's not going to make a difference in the way the code is executed. It's going to get collected either way. It's just going to look a little bit different. So you need to decide then, what do you think that looks better? Before the turn or after, it doesn't matter. Yes. Personal preference. So you choose. Okay. Can I move on? Are you happy with this? Okay. Just going to drop this link in there so as to avoid chat box confusion. Help Laurel collect all of the treasure too out of that. Okay, let's see. What is your advice? Move forward, collect, turn left, move forward, turn right. And look at that. So again, if we change the collect and the turn, it doesn't make a difference because both of them are happening on the same spots, right? It doesn't mean we're putting the collect after that last turn. There it's going to give us trouble because it's trying to collect somewhere where we do not have anything to collect. The same thing here, if I didn't know, I would have first tried to just solve the movement problem, which I would have found was the solution, and then placed it in here to make sure the solution applies to the entire puzzle, and then just figure out where do we collect. Okay. Okay, there's no way for me to unselect this. So let's just look at this and see if we can make sense as to why we answered this. Look at this code carefully. What do you think will happen when the program runs? Laurel will collect 4 pieces of treasure using this code. Laurel will try to collect treasure where there is not any and it causes an error. Laurel will collect all of the treasure. I don't know. So if we just look at this, it says move forward and then collect. Move forward, just make that bigger. Move forward from here to here. And then a collect. There's nothing on that block, on that space, in that area. So it is going to try, she's going to try and collect treasure where there isn't any treasure, and it's going to cause an error. Okay. This is a fun one. And it's up to you. I will await your messages in the text box to tell me, or the chat box, how do we solve this one? So you need to look very carefully. Having trouble with 11. You mean lesson 11 or puzzle 11? This one. Okay. What's your trouble here? If ever you're stuck, just break it down into the smallest problem that you possibly can. Your smallest problem is just to move from there to there. Just drop the link again. Okay, so your first and smallest problem is to move from here to there. We know that to move forward. Okay. So now that you're there, you need to think about your next problem. The next smallest problem is how do we move away from here? For that, we need to turn left because we're facing down and we want to face this way. And when we turn, we only stay on one space. So we know that turning here is going to make us look away, but we're not going to move away. We only move, excuse me, when we use the move block. So then you test it again and you see, oh, that's good. Now that we're here, we need to solve the next problem. How do we get lined up for this one? Because we can see that this pattern and this pattern is the same. So we know that if we can end up this first step and we can end it by being already in the starting position for this one, it just means that we get to repeat that. Okay. Right. Now that we've done that, we already know that this is going to work for both. Because if you look at where she's standing, how she's facing, and how she's lined up to this, you compare it to the next one, you can see she's standing, she's facing, and she's lined up compared to this, the same as to that. So it stands to reason that the same solution will work for both. So instead of writing the solution again, we just repeat everything 2 times. Okay, now we know that this is the solution for both in the movement department. Now we need to get one that will do the diamonds, pick the diamonds. And that's the collect. So we just need to understand when in this sequence is she standing on that diamond. So if you run here, you'll see now she's there, now she's there, now she's off. Now she's there, now she's there, now she's off. So these two, the move and this turn, is right on top of that. So you can then place this collect either there. Oops, sorry. So that she's grabbing that, or you can either collect here. And it will still act the same way. Okay. Is that more clear for you now? Correct. Oops, I clicked on the wrong spot, sorry. This is where we want to go. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this with you for homework, right? All right, start over. Okay. You're most welcome. Okay, so this one is homework. Go and try and figure it out, right? Before I leave you, I want to just show you one thing. I can solve this in 2 blocks because the goal says only 1. So I've done what I'm supposed to do. My goal is to forget about that and try to go for them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Obviously, you need to screenshot it for me if you've got it, if you've done it, okay? Okay. Right, so tomorrow we're going to continue with our review. We're doing sticker art with loops. This is a fun one. And we will do puzzle 6 to 12. It is revision again. And tomorrow is also, I chose the fun one for tomorrow because it is the assessment day, okay? So for this one, you don't have to think that much. You can just paste a lot of stuff, okay? I enjoy them as well. Also, I will show you in the PowerPoint tomorrow how you can access your assessment papers, all right? Well, if you've done the homework and you'd like to share it with me, there's my email address. So you can send it to me there. Also, you can find Africa Teen Geeks on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter by searching for Africa Teen Geeks. Right. Have a great day further. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.